You're watching The Blitz on Pro News 7. Hard-hitting highlights from across the Panhandle with Lee Baker. Brought to you by West Texas Roofing and Wiener Schnitzel. Here comes The Blitz.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 12th and final Blitz of this season. August 31 is when all this fun began. Seems like a long, long time ago. This is the opening round of games for Texas schools. A number of New Mexico and Oklahoma teams have already been under playoff pressure. We're going to start in the 4A ranks where all four District 3 4A teams are on a roll, all hoping to come away with by-district wins. Let's head south for our first two games, both being played by CISD teams. This is Randall and Hereford. There's the Herd and the White Faces taking the field. Here we go, second play of the game. Watch this. Colin Bowen keeps down the near sideline. Count off those 5-yard runs before it's over. It's 60-plus yards, but he gets tripped up inside the 10 by Jadion High. 2 plays later, the Raiders opt to throw, not run. And the guy who tackled him, Jadion High, he's going to make the pick in the end zone. Receiver fell down, so no points. Hereford would punt the ball back to Randall. They would then matriculate down the field again. This time they get close, and this time there is no throwing it. Bowen just runs it in, and with the conversion, Raiders led 7-0. We go to the second quarter. Botched punt. Watch this. It goes off at one of the Randall players, and Hereford comes up with the ball. That'll drive a coach crazy. A little bit later, Hereford decides to quarterback draw. Ray Martinez up the middle. Nobody laid a finger on him. It's 7-6 conversion, no good. Randall would later add a field goal, but look at this. Probably the biggest upset of the night. The final score, Hereford wins with a late touchdown with 28 seconds to play. 34-31 is your final. All right, let's go back north on I-27 action at Kimbrough. Friendship in town to take on Canyon tonight. Canyon kicks off the scoring. Blake Weaver screen to Clay Irwin. He does the rest, winds his way through tacklers, through a lot of different bodies, all the way to the other end from where our photographer was standing. Into the house, and the Eagles lead by the score of 6-0. It's the Tigers' turn. This time they hand off to DeMark Tucker. He fakes out our photographer, but yeah, don't worry. He catches up with him finally into the end zone. Extra point no good. 7-6. Extra point was good. 7-6 Friendship. Next possession, the Eagles. We were looking for the out route, but Jared Mannon jumps the route. Tigers take over with fine field position. 2 plays later, trap play. Brian Arredondo. Huge hole. He cruises into the end zone. 14-6 Tigers. They take the momentum. The next play, Eagles driving. It's halted quickly. Weaver again picked off, this time by Cade Davis. Got to be the son of the coach. Friendship takes over. Let's go to the scoreboard and show you that another downer for the 4A up here. Friendship eliminates Canyon by the score of 45-23. All right, that's going to do it for tonight's opening quarter of play. Still to come, we got more 4A action. Paladura made the playoffs. Amarillo High played last night. The Sandys looking to continue a long winning streak against Lubbock High. All that's coming up after this timeout. All right, welcome back. More 4A football this final Football Friday of the Blitz. Paladura Dons lost their first 2 district ball games, but then rallied to earn a playoff berth all season long. Coach Steve Parr said he believed in his players, and that belief paid off. The Dons making the trip south to face Monterey and the Plainsmen. First quarter. Quarterback Jacob Bartolome airs it out to John Fay, in stride, into the end zone. 7-0 Monterey. Ring that bell. PD's first possession, Malik Sims showing he can throw. Finds Antoine Turner, who was brought down after a big game, but PD would have to settle for a field goal. That made it 7-3. Excuse me. Second quarter. Plainsmen adding to the lead. Bartolome pushes the pile into the end zone. Nice scrum. 14-3 Plainsmen. The very next possession, the Plainsmen again inside the Dons red zone. Nice new scoreboard down there. Bartolome hands it off to Trayvon Benton. He'll score, and the Dons season comes to an end. Boy, not a good night. Final score, 38-16 is your final. So, oh, wow, what a downer of a night for the 4A schools. Let's go back to last night, 4A play here in town. We know this one turned out a lot better. Amarillo High looking for a 39th straight win over Lubbock High. 2 longtime district rivals meeting in the playoffs for the first time in a long, long time. Second play of the game, Josh Woods gets blocked. See you later. Finds the end zone, 47 yards. 7-0 Sandys. After another LHS punt, Amarillo High, 4th and 2 at the Westerners 11. LHS will actually hold and take over, but they would punt. But the Sandys will then move right down the field. They're at the 15. Gabe Rodriguez fakes, finds Ryan Sluter, has a touchdown. 14-0 Amarillo High. And let's go to the scoreboard on this one and show you the Sandys rolled last night, 57 42-14. A couple of other scores from last night in case you missed them. Bushland advanced, beating Brownfield and a Canadian all over Tulia's Hornets last night, 49-7. Still more scores to come from last night later in the show. For now, that's 2 quarters down, still 2 to play. Highlights and scores from this first weekend of the Texas playoffs. A reminder, scores on our website, connectamarillo.com. 3A and 1A play coming up after this brief timeout. Welcome back. It's the midway point of tonight's Blitz finale. Final scores across the bottom of your screen on Channel 7. When I put them in, that'll be through midnight. If you're watching on the CW, Cale Steed and I, mostly Cale, will wrap up tonight's action later. Now back to the fun. 3A played Dalhart with a big ass tonight. The Wolves meeting unbeaten Shallow Water here in town. Shallow Water already beat them by some big numbers earlier in the season. First drive, it's the Jarek Black show going right through the heart of the Wolves defense. First down, Mustangs. Somebody tackle them. Somebody tackle them, please. A couple of plays later, a huge hole. Black running through it, untouched. It just did that. 7-0 Shallow Water. Wolves will answer back, though. Handoff goes to David Guillermo, who cuts it back. Comes right at our camera. No one's going to catch him. Yeah, that's a touchdown. Nice run. Down the near sideline. Yeah, don't look back. Just run. 7-0. Very next play from scrimmage from Shallow Water. Cade Willis gets a seam, breaks some tackles. Says, anything you can do? I can do better. He's going right by our camera again, only the wrong way. This touchdown makes it 14-7. The Mustangs will win over Dalhart for the second time this season. The final, this time, 41-13. Some other scores, we can update some for you here. Panhandle has beat New Deal. That is a final, 27-26. Sunray last night lost to Tahoka. Some other scores from last night. Booker beat Vega. Wheeler over Claude. One other score for the night. How about those Mustangs of Bovina on a late season roll? They win and advance with a win over Rawls. Now, 6-man football here in the city. Had to bring in the extra goalposts, temporaries, because it's Miami and Petersburg out at River Road. Don't look at the yard lines because they don't mean a darn thing. First play of the game, some bad problems. Jared Roberts gets sacked by the Petersburg defense. The Buffaloes with the first touchdown of the night, right at our camera. Ryan Smith with a touchdown. The PAT is no good. 6-0 Petersburg. Miami answers back. The same play we saw earlier. Snap, pitch, delay. Watch this. He runs through all 6 guys in white. Nobody gets him. Whoops, touchdown. They kicked it for 2 to make it 8-6. Later, a nice 6-man play coming up here. I love 6-man. The quarterback gets it, pitches it back. He's an eligible receiver. So Roberts throws it to Carroll, who scores. And at this point, it looked pretty good for Miami. But not now. Let's go to the scoreboard. It's Petersburg winning 61-38 in the fourth quarter. Valley beat Happy last night. And 2 more scores from tonight. Follette over Groom. And Motley County doubles up LaFours. So they advance in the playoffs also. That takes care of tonight's Texas football. Still to come, we head north and west for playoff football outside the border of the Lone Star State action from the Sooners and the Land of Enchantment after another timeout. All right, we are going to take a shot at the other camera for a second. There you see, there's Mo, Larry, Curly, Shemp, and Eric just walked in after going up north to Oklahoma. Worked hard tonight, so some of the guys that helped us all year long with football, thank you very much. Because I forgot to put their names in the machine to show at the end of the show. So welcome back. 8 teams, 5 in New Mexico, 3 in Oklahoma, still putting on the pads, playoff football in those states. So let's head west for action in New Mexico. Clovis, the Wildcats got number 7 seed in the opening of the 5A playoffs. Now, don't ask me, they seed New Mexico. It's too difficult to explain. But they're taking on Atrisco Heritage. Kamal Kass goes straight up the middle. Look at him, he gets some big yards. They give the ball to him every play. Their next play, it's the big fellow, Martin Trujillo, breaking off tackles. I guess he doesn't get the ball all the time, does Kamal. Big sideline, get caught with the drive with Stahl. Later, it's Atrisco Heritage Academy to Peyton Lott. He's making him pay, finds a seam. It's a great return for the Wildcats. Ooh, nice move there. Later in the drive, Kamal Cass is going to score up the middle. Miss it 7-0 Clovis. Let's go to the scoreboard and show you that the Cats are winning 34-14. I can update this for you now. Tatum has rallied late and has beaten Logan by the score of 28-24. Let's go to the Oklahoma Panhandle. The rolling Texoma Red Devils tonight, hosting Crescent. Oklahoma playoffs, Class A. It was Bryson Beaty's show early. Opening kickoff, Beatty pops it out. Ball's loose. Red Devils right on top of it. Yeah, that's how you do it. The ensuing drive. You got to play some offense, too. Beatty getting rewarded. He gets the handoff up the middle into the end zone. 7-0 Texoma. They're just getting warmed up. The next possession, guess who? Mr. Beatty, another score. This one's getting ugly in a hurry. This makes it 14-0 Texoma. Okay, the next possession, Crescent trying to get something going. It's a pass, only Nate Neidig. He's going to go all the way to the house. 21-0 already. And your final score? Well, it's going to be a final eventually. Texoma is winning 58-14. And in the Class C playoffs, Forgan moves into the semifinals, but Balco is blanked by Cherokee. So ends highlights and scores for tonight. Again, scores on our website, connectamarillo.com. Coming up, more football. It's playoff time. The D2 ranks. Big 12 guys are winding down, and that's coming up again on the Blitz. Welcome back. Time to talk college football. Tomorrow, WT Buffaloes open the D2 playoffs, visiting Chadron State. Host Eagles, like WT, lost to top-ranked Puebla. The two RMAC teams look a lot alike.
Look for a very evenly matched ball club. I think both teams are both pretty healthy this time of year. It's going to be fun. You know, both teams have a lot of tradition. They've been in the playoffs several times, so have we. So it's going to be a marquee matchup in Division II football this week.
I think balance will be a key thing. If we run the ball, they got to stop that, and then we go to passing. If they stop the pass, we got to go be able to run. And so execution on both sides, as far as running and passing, it will be key for us.
A lot of postseason awards for the Buffaloes. They had 10 first-team players. Look at it. Here's 6 on offense, including Kyrie Robinson and Dustin Vaughn. On defense, 3, including Tyrell Higgins and Ethan Westbrook's guys, pretty good. And then special awards. Vaughn's the Offensive Player of the Year. Robinson, the Back of the Year. Co-Receiver of the Year, Torrance Allen. Ethan Westbrook, the Defensive Player of the Year. And Don Carswell, the Co-Coach of the Year. All right, again, Buffalo's kickoff 1 o'clock tomorrow. Now, Big 12 football. Tech looking to keep momentum after the overtime win against Kansas. The Red Raiders in Stillwater for a tussle with Okie State's Cowboys.
Our defense has got their hands full big time. But, again, we're better on defense. We'll just see how much better we are than we were last year. We've got to be much better to have a chance to win this game.
Like you said, the fans are right on top of you. And if you ever, I mean, I'm sure everybody knows, like, they love to talk to you and say some things to you, but that's what makes it fun. You know, I think that something about this football team really enjoys a challenge like that.
Excuse me. The Red Raiders and Cowboys kick off 2:30. Other Big 12 games: Oklahoma visits West Virginia, Iowa State at Kansas, and K-State travels to Baylor. Let's go to volleyball now. LSC semifinal. The Lady Bus battling Tarleton. We pick it up. Lauren Bevel with a nice dig. Lacey Hayes the set. Laura Iwachuku with the kill. It's a 2-1 Tarleton lead. Same set. Haley Harton with the dig. Lacey Hayes the set. Ashley Davis with a kill. Lady Bus take control. Same set. It's going to be Harton with the dig. Hayes the set. Aaron Doherty. And Lady Bus going to win in 3 straight and advance to the final. So they will be taking on the host, Angelo State, in the final, and that'll be tomorrow. That'll be down in Angelo. Should be facing a hostile crowd. All right, I got a few seconds to finish this up. Some final items. The Amarillo Bulls rolled to another win at Texas, 7-2 the final. They're on home ice tomorrow night if you want to watch hockey, hosting Odessa. High school hoops tonight, would you believe it? Boys action, Tascosa beat Randall. PD defeated Plainview. Girls play, Canyon over Spearman. Paladura split 2 games. They're at a tournament down in Arlington. And finally tonight, I want to say thanks to everyone behind the scenes, all those pushing those buttons and shooting all those videos for us, for the hard work over the past 12 Fridays to bring you the Blitz. We will continue following football teams for as long as they stay in the race for a state title. Again, thanks for watching, and as always, you have yourself a great sports weekend.
Thanks for tuning into the Blitz on Pro News 7, brought to you by Wiener Schnitzel and West Texas Roofing. Catch us again on the CW at 11.